Hi, I'm Ginger.
And I'm Dee.
And this is Chattin' with CHAP.
Episode 3. As you'll see, we're not live this week, but you can still comment because we still want to hear from you. So if you have any questions for us, leave those comments here. We'll see them and we'll be back live next week.
So we have a topic today that says, Moms, you are enough. No matter how God designed you, no matter what situation you're in, you are enough. But before we get to that awesome topic, I want to talk about a few things. CHAP just set up a new Amazon Smile affiliation called the CHAP Foundation. It's for the portion of CHAP that helps those who are in need to do their homeschooling. So right now until November 2nd, we have a special promotion where they give an extra donation in. So do your shopping through CHAP Foundation on Amazon, and that will be awesome.
Yeah, if you have any shopping to do, by Friday.
Yeah, by Friday. Also on Friday is the National Homeschool Day of Prayer. So we are ultra thankful that we have the freedom to homeschool, and we welcome you to come pray with all of us throughout the nation on Friday for homeschooling. And next Tuesday is Election Day. Right. So get out there and make your voice heard and load up the kids and take them along for a little impromptu civics trip. It counts.
It counts. It counts. And your vote counts. So get out there and vote.
Yes.
And now for the convention corner this week, do not forget about the CHAP convention. It is coming up June 14th and 15th, 2019 at Lancaster County Convention Center. And this year, we don't just have one keynote, but we have 2 keynotes on Friday morning and Saturday morning. So I just want to announce to you today who our Friday morning keynote is. Our Friday morning keynote is going to be William Federer. I have to tell you a little bit about him. He is a nationally known speaker and best-selling author of over 20 books highlighting America's heritage. His America's God and Country Encyclopedia and Quotations has sold over 500,000 copies. Wow. His Faith and History TV program airs daily on DirecTV via TCT Network, and his American Minute radio feature is broadcast on 100 stations and read by thousands daily. He's a former U.S. congressional candidate. He's appeared on C-SPAN, Fox, CBN, SBN, The Blaze, NPR, Focus on the Family, Salem Radio Network, Bot Radio Network, American Family Radio. Wow. He's been quoted and referenced in the USA Today, the New York Times, the Washington Times, the Washington Post. He's the recipient of 2 honorary doctorates. He serves on the board of Regent University and is a senior fellow at the Center of Christian Statesmanship. So,
excellent. And he's a great speaker.
Can you believe it? He's going to be one of our keynotes Friday morning. He'll be there with us all weekend. You don't want to miss it.
Yes, be there. You got to be there. Very cool. Okay, so have you guys ever seen Mom's Night Out? It was actually made, it's a homeschooler wrote it and did it. So, but it's about a homeschooling mom, frazzled, needs to get out, goes out with her friends, and everything goes wrong. And at the end of this movie, she ends up in jail. Well, in the jail. Her friends are in jail. She's not in jail. But anyway, she's totally just a mess because everything went absolutely wrong. She tried so hard. And she said, no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I give, it's never enough. And this big, gigantic, tattooed man who's with her says, for who? And she's like, what? He goes, enough for who? And she's like, well, Sean, her husband, my kids, God, everyone, I don't know. And he says, for you. And she's like, what? And he's like, not enough for you. And he goes through this whole thing. He's talking to her about how she's just perfect. Jesus is just waiting there to love her. And then he says, I don't think the good Lord made a mistake when he gave your kids their mama. He said, you just be you. And that every time I watch that, and I own it, so we watch a lot, but I'm like, oh, because it just hits home for me. And it's everybody needs to know they're enough. They are enough.
And you know, so often we don't feel like we're enough because we're continually comparing ourselves to other people. And you know, comparison is the thief of joy.
It is.
Yes, it is. And you know what? God has chosen us to be the mamas to the children that he's given us. In Ephesians 1, it says we're chosen. That word means to be called out. He called us out to parent those exact children that he gave us because he knew he would equip us and he knew we were the ones for the job. He has a really big plan for you and for your family and for your children, and you're not big enough to mess it up. You just have to be faithful
That's awesome.
to show up every single day. He's not looking for perfection. He's looking for faithfulness.
Yes.
You know, and we all have gaps. I know I would continually compare my kids or my homeschool or whatever, myself as a mom, and I would feel like, what if they have gaps? We're going to have gaps. You know what? We all have gaps, and they're the place that God comes in and fills.
Yes.
And so we don't have to do a thing. We just have to be obedient to his call. So, Mama, you're enough.
You are enough. Take rest in that.
Yes.
Take that to heart.
Yes.
Know that God put you exactly where you need for the husband
That's right.
that you need, the children you need, and they need you. And be thankful for all of those things. Be thankful for your husband and for your kids and for you and for who you are and how God made you.
That's right. That's right.
So,
Well, thank you for joining us. This has been
Chattin' with CHAP.
See you next week.